Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your Uncle Oski here. Let's go for another walk. So today, today's video is going to be a little different than usual. Usually, I like to rant about a topic or talk about a topic, give my insight on it, and usually come out with some sort of reflection, some sort of insight. You know, it's so easy to be negative, and I usually try not to do that. Usually I'll rant on something and then put in a little nugget of like, hey, if you hate ads, here's what you can do, or oh, if I fear judgment, here's how I try to get over that. This is not going to be that type of video because I'm quite frankly not in the mood for that. And look, if you've regularly watched my videos, I know that sometimes I can come across as a small man, a very petty man. And I'm going to be honest with you, I come across that way because I am that. And you know what? I'm gonna use this video to really, really like just unleash my anger onto this platform because, good God, do I have stuff to rant about, right? So something happened to me yesterday, and it just pissed me off to the point where I'm just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna record a video on this because, like, goddamn, I really want to get this off my chest, and I kind of compiled some other things too that I wanted to include, right? God, I like had to take a breather there for a second. I'm like choking on my own hatred and anger. So I kind of compiled the mini list here of things that people do that piss me off, and we're just gonna get right into it, right? So yesterday I was out doing some grocery shopping, and once I finished, I was online to pay, and I shit you not, this guy was standing so close behind me in the line. Like, I could almost feel his breath on the back of my neck. Look, like, COVID was a lot. You know what I mean? Like, with the lockdowns and all that. And, like, I was one of the few people that, when it came to social distancing, I was just like, well, I kind of don't want people that close around me anyway. So this is good. That's, like, one of the things that I kind of wish we kept from that era because, dude, this was in a Walmart. Walmart is a big store, and the areas for the lines are big. Like, you do not need to stand mere inches away from me. We have the space. Why? I don't understand why some people feel the need to just be so close to you when standing in line. Like, it's not like we were in, like one of the regular checkout lanes where, it can get a little small, but usually, like, people have a cart with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, usually when I go to the self-checkout lane, like, I usually have, like, a basket of stuff, and most people do, But, dude, this guy was standing so fucking close to me. It was just so uncomfortable, and I really don't understand the thought. Like, look, man, you wanna know what the barometer is for me for someone standing too close to me? And this is gonna sound really weird, but listen, if you are so close to me that if you get chubbed up, it could touch me, you're too close. You are far too close, dude. Like, if you are a chubbed up dick away from touching me, you are way too fucking close. Like, I'm someone who's pretty sensitive to my personal space. You know what I mean? But, like, I can deal with it at, like, a show. Like, I go to metal shows. So most of the time metal shows, like, you're on the floor. Like, people, it's crowded. It is what it is. And, like, I'm used to city life. I understand, that there are times when you're just going to have to be super close to someone and your personal space is going to be invaded. It just is what it is. But the grocery store line is not one of those places to me. And I fucking hate when, first of all, it's even worse at Walmart because, look, I'm not going to sit here and cast stones, but, like, a lot of people that go to Walmart, dude, not the most hygienic people, clean people. I mean, shit, dude, the amount of times I've gone to Walmart after a workout and I smell like shit, like, trust me, I get it. I'm not exempt from this, right? But I try to keep my distance from people. But some people have absolutely no self-awareness. They'll go out there, they're raw dogging it, like they haven't showered in 3 fucking days, they smell like shit, and then they decide to get fucking right up in your personal space, a dick's length away. And it's like, can you please show some common courtesy and give me some goddamn space, man? Like, there's no need for you to be this close to me. I hate when people do that. Stop doing that. God, super annoying. Now, look, right? I'm not someone who is fully aware of like social norms or social behavior. Like, I'm not the smartest guy. I'm kind of an idiot, right? But I can pick up on certain things. Like, I can feel when someone doesn't want me to stand too close to them, right? And it's another social cue that pisses me off when people ignore, and this is very, very specific to me because I have headphones on almost all the time. Like, I'm someone who needs the silence to be filled in most of the time. So most of the time, I have headphones on. And what really, it just fucking annoys me so much, especially because a lot of people that do this are like coworkers and or some of my neighbors. Don't get me wrong. Very, very nice. I love the fact that people are friendly. Like, I'm never gonna complain about people being friendly, especially in a world full of cynical dickheads like myself. Trust me, we need more people who are outwardly friendly and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But here's the big caveat with that. I don't always need to be approached. I don't want to be approached most of the time, if I'm being honest. Most of the time, I just want to be left alone. That's part of why I move somewhere quieter. You know what I'm saying? But, like, here's what I don't get, right? And my mom does this to me all the time. Like I said, neighbors, coworkers. If I have my headphones on, if anyone has their headphones on, more than likely they're listening to something, and or they have it on so people think they're listening to something so they don't get approached, right? So why? It's basic math, right? Headphones on means, equals listening to something, equals not paying attention probably. So my question is, why do people still approach people who have headphones on and try to start a full-on conversation? I just don't understand that. If I have my headphones on, don't just come up and start a conversation with me. Do you think I'm listening to you? And then I have to do the awkward thing of like, I'll see someone say something to me and then I pause my headphones and go, oh, sorry, what? And it's just so eye-rolling. And I know this sounds super petty, right? But I feel like it's just such a simple cue of like, headphones on, don't fucking talk to me. Don't bother me. Like, when I listen to music or like whatever it is I'm listening to when I have my headphones on, it brings me into my own world where I am fully connected to it. Like, I'm very like the way anything auditory like really just pulls me into it, especially with music. Like, when I'm listening to music, like, I'm in that world, dude. You know what I mean? So to have like, I'm super sensitive to that. And if like I'm in like the flow of a song, especially because I love prog metal. So like, I'm fully in the progression of it. For me to be pulled out of that by someone starting a conversation with me when I'm pretty sure that my music is loud enough for you to hear it as I approach you, it's definitely super annoying. And I really do just have to sit there and just like, what in your brain told you to start a conversation with me with my headphones on? Even worse when I have like bags in my hand. Coming back from the store, like I'll have both my hands full and headphones on, listening to music, and then someone starts to start a conversation, so now I have to like, combine all the bags into one hand so I can pause my music and then just be like, oh hey, so, and then just have a conversation that I probably don't want to even be a part of. If I'm being honest, most conversations that I have to partake in, like, I kind of don't want to be a part of anyway in the first place. I don't really like talking to most people. I love talking to my friends, and look, I'm not saying I fucking hate everybody and don't want to talk to anybody at all, but like, there's a time and place for it. Like, how can you how can you see someone who's very clearly in their own world and just decide, you know what, this person, I should talk to them? Why? Why? They clearly don't want to be bothered. Why are you talking to me? Why are you talking to them? Like, I'm very good at seeing, like, I'm dumb. I'm fucking dumb. And even I can tell when someone doesn't want to be talked to. And I have the common courtesy to not start a conversation with somebody. You know how many times I'll see someone walking by and I'll be like, oh, shit, nice shirt. You know, like, I want to bring it up to them, but, like, I can see that they're either with their headphones on or they're really paying attention to what they're doing. And I'm like, fine, I don't need to talk to them. You know, they're doing their thing and I just go on my way. I just wish people showed me the same courtesy is all I'm saying, man. Now, look, right? I bet you're, after these first two examples, I could see how someone could go, Oski, Unk, you're kind of a dickhead. Like, these aren't a big deal. You know, I know some people will sympathize with me on these things, but a lot of, you know, I think a lot of normal people would just be like, you're super neurotic. You should probably calm the fuck down or fuck off to the mountains because it's very clear that you shouldn't be around society, right? And I get that. I totally get that, right? But this last one, you cannot argue with me on this one because I know I'm in the right on this one, right? So check it, right? Most of the time, I, like everyone else, hates wasting my time. Or when you're doing a specific task, you want to get it done in a timely fashion. Hence, going to the gym. When I'm at the gym, I want to get in. As much as I love going to the gym, I want to go into the gym. I want to get my workout done, and I want to go home. Because I'm probably hungry. I'm probably tired, especially since I work out later in the day. So tell me not. It is super infuriating when the gym's packed and you got to wait for a machine. But you know what? That's natural. You know, that's natural. Other people go to the gym. It's not just you. And especially for certain popular machines, like, dog, I mean, there's a reason you're doing that workout, isn't it? You know what I mean? So that's one thing. That's something that I can completely understand, right? But what I don't get, right, is when I get to a machine, I see a guy finish his set, I see someone finish their set, and then they pull out their phone, and they just start doom scrolling at the machine. Like, really? Like, I remember, this happened to me 2 weeks ago, actually. The first workout that I was going to start with was doing assisted pull-ups. So I went to the pull-up machine. So I was being used, and I was like, all right, I'll just rearrange my workout and just make sure it flows well, right? So I pick another machine. I do my sets. I finish. I look over at the machine to see if the guy's done, and he's sitting there. And I can just see him doom scrolling. I could just see it, and I'm like, all right, well, fuck it. Maybe, you know, I'll just go to I'll just do another workout, and then I'll come back and see if he's done. Go do another workout, finish my sets, look back over. The dude is still doom scrolling. And like, I'm not like watching the guy like a fucking hawk, but you know, I can imagine while I'm doing some of my sets, like he's doing some of his sets, right? But it's like every time I looked over to try to see if he was done, like he was just sitting there doom scrolling on his phone. It's like, you're not the only one in this gym. This is not your private gym. You don't own the fucking gym. Like, can you please get off your phone, finish the workout, go home? And what really pissed me off is that, like, after I got, like, you know, 4 or 5 different machines done, I was like, all right, I really, really, really want to get these pull-ups done. And I look over, and he's still there. Like, granted, when I looked over after, you know, this last time, like, he was doing the exercise, but I just sat there and I'm like, dog, it's been 40 minutes. Why are you spending 40 minutes at a machine? What the fuck is it? Like, there's absolutely zero way that you've been on this machine for that long, like actually working out. You'd be dead. Your back would be completely annihilated. Like, between sets, I know there's a rest period. You have to. You can't just continuously go on and on and on. But, like, this dude hogged up this machine for 40 minutes, bro. 40 minutes. And most of the time, he was probably just sitting there on his phone doom scrolling. What? This is not your private gym. You don't own this machine. go home or get the fuck off the machine. There's no reason for you to be sitting here taking up this one machine this entire time for the majority of an hour, dude. Like, you cannot convince me I'm in the wrong here. You fucking cannot. Like, don't get me wrong. The first two examples, I know I come across as petty, small, a dickhead, but like this one, there's no way you can argue with me on this. People have no respect for other people. And like gym etiquette is one of those things. Maybe I'll get into this one day, right? Because there's a bunch of gym etiquette that gets violated every time I go to the gym. But that's Planet Fitness for you, isn't it? But seriously, dude, like, it's one thing not having, social cue knowledge. You know what I mean? Or like being kind of ditzy where you're just like, oh, this person has headphones on, I'm going to go talk to them. That's one thing, right? But this has to be, like, this is one thing that I just won't excuse. This is you intentionally deciding, fuck everybody else. And that's bullshit, man. That is not fair. And I feel like these three things kind of have something in common, and that is the lack of awareness towards how other people feel, or not giving a shit about what other people feel in like the wrong way, right? There's not giving a shit about what other people think in the terms of like, yeah, I'm gonna dye my hair fucking orange or purple. I don't give a shit what anyone else thinks. And then there's intently being an asshole and not caring what anyone else thinks when it's like you're so clearly in the wrong, like hogging up a gym machine that doesn't belong to you. Like, I don't know, man. But, look, I've been ranting for, what is this? Almost 17 minutes now. I'm going to stop. Look, if you like this video, I might do like a continuous series of this because I could rant about the shit that I hate all day long. But, it's not usually the type of thing I try to do. I try to rant on stuff and, try to pull some nuggets, like I said earlier, out of it. But this one just straight up hate. And you know what? Doing one of these every once in a while, that doesn't sound too bad to me, man. So, hey, look, if you like the video, like, comment, and subscribe. And, I'll see you guys on our next hike. Thank you very much. Have a good one. Bye.